Demonslayer full review.
Review.
Don't hate me, Japan.
What's up, guys? We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
Bless you.
That's Win.
Yeah.
Bless you. Bless you.
It trips me out that the monitor's sideways. It's a little crooked, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
Earthquake. Or is the whole room crooked? Demon Slayer full review. Go check out our quick review. Came out earlier this week. That's got our main thoughts, but it was a full review. We're gonna talk more in depth. Talk about the synopsis, what we thought, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. So
He's got this one because I didn't watch the show.
So,
yet,
full
at least.
synopsis. We'll just stick with the movie. Spoilers, just going off that. We pick up where we left off. Final episode of the season for Demon Slayer. And they're hopping on the train, the Mugen Train, because the Crow boy sent them there. I'm just going to butcher the names.
Yeah.
Like Crow boy. He has like an actual name. The actual Crow we saw in the movie.
Yeah.
He can like talk. I don't know if that came across, but
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're sent on the Mugen Train, and there's a demon, and they get put to sleep. They have their dreams. They have to wake up. This demon's gonna take all the people on the train and the demon slayers. It's going bad. But with I'm gonna try his name.
Go for it.
Tanjiro, like he's a badass and is like one of the best people you'll ever meet in any anime because he's just such a good person. Wakes up and he like kills himself in the dream and wakes up and kills demons and this big battle with the demon, and essentially the demon is the train, which I loved actually.
Spoiler alert.
I already said spoilers. But yeah, spoiler alert. He is the train, which I really liked because that's what Soke says, the boarhead. In the episode, like the final episode, he's like, that's the like leader of this land. We have to take him on. So like it was complete foreshadowing to what it actually was. So I thought that was pretty funny that he was actually right, because normally he's just very hot-headed, and it was good. But he's the train. They defeat the train, which also the demon's voice I thought was so good. Especially, I don't know how it sounded dubbed.
Oh yeah.
But it was like, it almost didn't have like a gender to it, and it was just very.
It's very neutral.
Yes.
It was like deep, but not deep.
But it was like hot. It was perfect for like a demon voice. So, yeah. They killed the demon train. They win, and then badass demon, probably one of the most beautiful parts of the movie. He's like top tier demon. I think he's like upper third, because each of the demons, I think there's like 12 there's the upper and lower, and there's like 12 of them, I think, in the show, if I'm not mistaken. And oh god, Rengoku fights him. They have a huge battle, and dude, I'm so mad he didn't kill him. I thought they were gonna like trade blows.
I like that.
I mean, it was good, but god, I was like, oh come on. I was just, it's killing me. But straight up, from the beginning, as soon as I saw him like watching the movie and having it play out, I'm like, oh dude, he's gonna die. I just knew it too. I was like, man, that sucks, because he's just you learn to love the character so much, even though you've only seen him for a few episodes. But yeah, Rengoku dies. The big egg badass demon goes away, and they kind of like the word is spread, and it would kind of go from there. That's kind of the gist of the movie. We'll get that out there in case someone just came here to hear how it went.
Yeah.
But now we'll get into the review side of it. When we already talked in our short review, like, it's beautiful. We loved it. What are some stuff you didn't like?
So I think one of the things that I really, really didn't like about it, and it's like there's not much.
Yeah. And
this isn't even like this probably doesn't even count. But like some of the lines that they had, maybe that was just the subbing.
Yeah, I
think
like
everything, like the lines that they had were just kind of like, it feels off.
Yeah,
from the actual situation.
I don't know what it is about. I'll agree with that. I didn't even think about that because I think I've just become used to it from watching it literally like all today. I think something about either the dialect or whatever it is the subbing, the translation makes it kind of weird, and they do their best, but even some of them in the show, it's like, okay, that there was a disconnect in the language, which
I think it was just the fact that like there probably weren't words meant for English.
Yeah.
And then they just had to make the best guess and be like, okay, this is probably the closest thing to it. Because like there were times when it's like, I wish I could remember. But there were times when like the characters would be like in this intense situation. It was just like the word would just be really off at like the very end of it. And I was like, I feel like that doesn't sound or look right.
It's like one I can think of, which it probably wasn't necessarily off, but whenever they meet Rengoku and they're like, oh, we'll be, and he's a badass, and they're like, oh, we want to be your apprentice, and they call him like Big Bro.
Yeah.
So it's like not necessary. They're not literally calling him like his brother. That's just kind of like, I don't know. I couldn't think of like master essentially, or like friend, and it's just there's a disconnect there.
Like
but
in the Philippines, we have this word. It says like it's a title really, or it's something that you can call your like older brother. We say kuya, and like when you translate that to English, it's like big brother. It's like kuya, can you come here or something like that. It's like big brother, can you come here? It's off. It sounds
more than
weird.
like one word. Yeah,
it sounds weird.
Because even like they have to do that when they're dubbing it. They have to like make the mouth somewhat resemble.
Yeah.
So it's completely understandable. And it's like not that big a deal. Yeah. And just that's one of the things you had. I'll say one, and it's literally probably the only one that really struck me is like, I will say the animation, like animation's incredible. It looks so good. It's such a specific like art style, and they've like mastered it. The like demon like tentacle like hand things, the like sludge it was when it was on the outside of the train and they were outside, it looked a little too off, I'll say.
I think that was because I think they did it in 3D.
That's I like that's what it was, but in like when they were in the train it looked good, and certain shots even the like 3D looked good, but like I think it was the moving set made it look a little off, but like that was literally it, I think, for me.
Or maybe there was a change in frame rate with the
probably
the mushiness of it.
That's the smart answer for it.
Because like I feel like that's what also happened in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like people didn't notice it was like 15 frames per second, then it would change to 24, and then people would be like, yeah, this feels kind of off. And then when they finally explained why that happened, it's like, oh, that's completely understandable. It's like 24, you know, it makes it fluid, and 15, it just makes it look unstable.
Yes.
And so it was like, I think that's what I understand what you're saying. I did notice that.
And like, honestly, I think that was my only like thing against this movie, because everything else, it was just so good, man. I think it reminded me a lot, even though the story necessarily probably doesn't follow the same path. Did you ever see the Digimon movie?
Probably when I was like 5 or 6.
So like, I'm not the biggest fan of like Digimon. I've watched like maybe a few episodes. I was a Pokemon guy as a kid.
Yeah.
But like I'd seen a few episodes of the show, but that movie is so badass. And like I don't know if it continues on from a story, but like the monsters in it look so good. The animation's so cool. Like, oh, it's great. But a lot of it, I don't know, the steps to this, I guess, felt very similar. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, Digimon used to be so like, I don't know, people thought it was a copy of Pokemon. But I'm pretty sure it was just, I think Mon is like
digital monster.
Yeah.
I think the English like made it seem like they were competing when they're kind of a little different.
Or Mon says something else. I don't know. I don't know Japanese all that much. The 3D and the mixture of 2D is it was never something that I really liked. Mainly because it's like, yeah, it makes the background a little dull, but what can you really do with that?
It's like something you kind of just have to run with and accept.
Yeah.
There's not necessarily, I don't know. It's the combining of two mediums, so you can't really do anything about it. Like they combined the two mediums with, I'd say, the art style with the swords, like the water, fire.
That was sick.
Oh, I love it. Like it's so good.
Well, the reason why they do that is because like they have to keep time, and like they have to make sure that, you know, they can do this in like a certain amount of time. But like, I think with this movie, when they mixed it with 2D and 3D, I will say maybe some shots were off, but like in the train, whenever it was lit, or like it was like there was a little bit of lighting, it looked like it blended well, and it looked like it was, they added like a lookup table to it, and it looked so cinematic, and it just looked so like neat and soft, and it felt like it was meant to be together.
Yeah, it
even
like
though
meshed
supposed
very
to,
well.
Yeah, it was supposed to like change the background a little bit. I kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing was like on the outside of the train. It was just a little off.
But that was probably because it was dark most of the time, and like the only
it was
light
the
they could get-
moving scenery as well. So no fault. That's like the only little thing I had with it. So,
The
but
attention to
otherwise,
detail was great.
holy crap, so good. I'm hyping it up.
Yeah.
Hyping it up.
The story I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked them going back and forth for the dream thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I like that they didn't spend too much time in there. They just kind of like, okay,
Jumped
this is
from-
what's supposed to happen, or not what's supposed to happen, but this is what that person or that the villain, I guess, the antagonist is doing, and then they just kind of like, okay, that's over. But some of these people are still asleep, and it didn't go immediately to like, okay, they're all awake, they're all aware.
There was pacing to it, and like I'd say that's one thing this movie did great was keeping the pace consistent, and it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel, I mean, it felt good by like anime standards, because there's certain things that are just kind of how it works, I guess, in anime movies and shows even.
That's one thing I'd never really fully liked anime. Like the reason why I'd never liked anime, because like everything was just so quick. But like those are shows though, like.
Yeah, and then you look, but some shows it's like Dragon Ball. It's not quick at all. The whole battle's like a season.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I loved about. I mean, I'm in the middle of Dragon Ball. I'm not far into it at all. Like I watched all of Dragon Ball, which was a grind. I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm in Dragon Ball Z. And there's still so much more. There's like Super, then there's Kai.
Yeah.
Or one way or another, but this was good. This was so good.
Yeah, the what do you call that? I think the story arc for the main character, the one wearing green.
Tanjiro?
Yeah. His story arc probably, you know, they I like that they added the little thing with his family, because then it gives it weight. And it gives him like a
that's
reason
literally
to
like
do things.
the first episode. Is like what that happens. I'm trying to find.
I appreciated the fact that they brought that into this movie, because like for anyone who hasn't seen it, that would have probably been like, you know, him just like having flashbacks. Let's just say it was like it shows his family, and like it just like does it by the flashes. It probably wouldn't have made sense at all. It would have just been like, oh, okay, his family died or something for some reason, but it's him cherishing his last moments with his family, or the thing that he wishes the most, like while he was in that dream state.
He's making the best of like what he's dude, such like a good person. Like that's the whole thing about his character is he's like good-willed person, and I don't know, he always wants the best no matter what.
Well, that's why it showed that like vast ocean.
Yeah,
like
in his
in
like
the dream.
subconscious or whatever.
Yeah, it's a relation to the character that he has an open mind and a very very calm, easing personality. So he has a very relaxed personality, and I really like that about him.
He's a chill dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Compared to like the other main characters.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Like too, like so many of the characters are not opposites of each other, but they're good like parallels of what they could be, or there's just good contrast between them.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Cinefix?
No.
IGN just bought him. I'm so happy that happened. But like Cinefix, he does like countdowns and like the best animated movies. I wonder if this is on his list. I'm always curious about like what he thinks about certain movies.
I could see it, man. I genuinely think it's up there. I said it in our quick review. This put I'd say a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies, which I feel like is the standard in animated movies, like specifically anime, the standard for them. So I feel it's up there. It's up there for sure. Runs with the best, absolutely.
I need to check out a few of the other ones, because like I'm pretty sure I've seen about 3 or 4 of their movies. I just can't remember any of their names.
That's fair. Some of them like don't have like a story. Like they don't run with a story almost. It's kind of weird. Like My Neighbor Totoro kind of just happens and then it ends.
Yeah.
I mean, there is like a message there and like a story, but besides that, it just kind of goes. And their most recent one, I think it's called Earwig and the Witch, just kind of ends.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was missing something or there was like a continuation or something. It just kind of starts and it ends, and you fill in the pieces, but it felt very weird. And maybe that was the translation. I don't know.
Have you seen Akira?
I have not, actually.
You should watch Akira and see what you think about that between this one.
I'll have to watch it because I definitely know that's another one that's like up there.
It's like it pioneered the whole anime.
It's like
scene.
Akira, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. I think I've seen that one.
I'd say those are like the trinity for anime movies.
There was one that was, I think that was Spirited Away.
But and maybe Pokemon the first movie, but that doesn't count because Pokemon's too mainstream.
I don't know. I think it counts as anime.
No, it does. It absolutely does. It's not even become Americanized. It's just
just translated well to a lot of people.
Yes,
yeah.
Which I mean, I love Pokemon, so I won't even like the first movie's an actually like legitimately good movie.
Yeah. I'm very happy that I saw this movie. Kind of want to watch the show now, and you know what? I could probably do it tonight actually if I wanted to.
Probably could. It's like if you like kind of skip through the title sequence, the credits and everything, they're only like 20 minutes.
Oh episodes. That's the title sequence, like not the title sequence, but the credit sequence, I guess, for like the studios and stuff. There's so many.
Yeah, there was.
That was kind of like,
well, normally they don't show like all those. I don't even think they show any. I was really hoping they'd play the title song.
Yeah.
And this because I wanted to hear it in like the theater sound, but they didn't, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Okay, well, I gotta say this first. I love that they don't have like anything stylistic about like the title sequence because it really shows that they're doing work instead of actually like making it flashy.
Yes.
And I'm really into that. Also, the sound design and the score for this movie, excellent. It's like
I didn't pay attention enough to
really?
The score. Or I sound design, yes, but score I almost need to rewatch it.
It was so good.
Or at least listen to it on if it's on Spotify or something. So
it wasn't like the normal score from like maybe like a very basic ass anime. Like the basic of what you can think of.
Yeah.
Everything in there was like it was so different. It wasn't even cliche, or not even cliche, but it I don't know. It just goes so far from the cliche like sound and music.
I'm trying to think back to it, and I mean, I could definitely think of a few of the like songs in there, and I think they fit every moment very well, and it did nothing like stood out to you. It just meshed so well with all. Well,
that's
the
thing. Like it stood out to me because like normally, let's say the first part where it's like the train where they're jumping on the train, normally you'd be having like a goofy kind of music or something, or like it would just be like dun 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 dun, or something like that. But this one was like really soft and like it was very not orchestra. That's not the word, but it was very like dramatic for that scene. But it didn't take me out of it. I kind of appreciated it more that I noticed. It didn't take me out of it. It was just like, wow, that's really good. I actually like that.
I mean, I want to rewatch it also dubbed just to see how that went. I flipped back and forth actually on whenever I watched it because I started subbed and then dubbed came out and I wanted to hear the voices and I kind of ran with that for a few more episodes, and then today I actually like flipped back almost every other episode just to become familiar with both voice actors.
Original anime voices is unmatched. Like you
I'd agree.
I
agree. Absolutely.
Shit. Like America tried it. It's so bad.
I will say they do pretty good on this one. I actually want to hear what they do with the demon's voice that we were talking about, like the train for in the dub version. So because I remember, I remember seeing the trailer for this maybe last year when theaters were like still open at a lot of places. And like it was so eerie, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then I was like, "Oh, this is Demonslayer. Okay, it's pretty cool." So.
The voice is probably gonna be like, he's probably gonna be like, "Oh, they're all sleeping now, so it's just gonna be like this." And it's like, I don't know, man.
It's just not the same.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel dramatic. What are you like the show? What do you think about the show overall?
Overall, I mean, it's top tier anime. I think it's a great place to start for newcomers to anime if someone's skeptical about watching, but it's also great for I'm not like I don't feel like I can say this, but I will. It's a great thing for like diehard anime fans.
Well, that depends. Like there's like the different genres of anime. Like what would you say that this is like in that not Goku-ish, but like
I think it's
that
just
fighting-ish anime.
I feel like it meshes so well with so many different genres. Okay. And to be fair, if we were to like rank me anime like knowledge-wise, I'm a noob, but I'm very like wishy-washy. Like it's also I don't really watch shows too often, but it just feels like the story is great, the fighting is amazing, the art style. There's just fun. It hits so many different genres. It's hard to kind of say if it's this or that. So the show is just incredible. I think I can't wait for season 2. I literally just looked it up. I think they were saying around later this year, fall, winter. So
they could take their time.
I mean, honestly, and if this is how it's going to be with this show for the next like few years of like great season, then movie, great, like please, by all means, like it's great. The show's great. Again, it's a great starting place for anyone who's skeptical about anime or
Dragon Ball is definitely up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't like Dragon Ball that much.
But I feel like that's too basic now at this point. So this is a good place. Naruto is a good one too. It's a good place. This one's new, so I feel like it's a good place to start. But anyways, final thoughts. Any
couldn't recommend this movie enough. I would wait though. No, actually, you know what? The cinema experience was great. I really loved it. The colors pop. Yeah,
seeing this on a big screen was like honestly almost like a dream. Like I wouldn't have thought I wanted to see it. It was a subconscious dream of wanting to see this, like the action, like the sword combat on a big. It was awesome. So definitely the theater experience. If you can safely, go do it. If not, you wait. I mean, it's good. While you wait, if you haven't seen the show, go watch the show. So
make sure like the color is bright though, like on the screen, because like there's like parts where it really pops and it's like it's so vibrant. I loved it, and you know the rest of the movie is kind of like it's kind of like in this neutral colors level. It's like it's just neutral, but then you know once the fighting starts, it gets really like intense. So I would recommend watching this in a cinema if you can, but don't push it like if you can't. So yeah, honestly, this movie recommended, but just watch the show beforehand though.
Yes, because I think that's a good. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. And then final rating. When out of 10 to wrap this up, what are you gonna give it?
This is one of the best animes I've seen in a long time, so I'm gonna say 9.
I'm gonna give it a 9 as well.
Akira is my 11.
You're 11. That's fair. I'd say Princess Mononoke is my 10, and this may become a 10 once I let it grow on me, because you just how you react to things. But definitely just incredible. So
I can't remember what it's called.
And I will say the demon design. We didn't touch on that, but like seeing even the 2 demons that get wrecked in the beginning, it's just I loved how they look in the show. All of them. It's cool to always see a new demon because they always change it up. So
you know what? Here's a very basic anime they can watch. Initial D.
I think Blake's watched that one.
It's a drifting one.
Oh wait, no, I've seen that.
Yeah, there's a movie.
Yes.
There's like a live action movie on Netflix. I haven't seen it.
Ooh,
I used to watch the show.
So I've seen the show and I've seen the live action. Man, that live action one it's something. It's fun. It's definitely fun. It's like Asia does Fast and Furious kind of.
Yeah, but like OG.
Yeah.
Because Initial D was like what, 19, I think it was like 85 or 89.
Probably. I know it's an older one.
Yeah, it was
because I know there's a song that I think got memed for a little bit that I'm gonna look it up after we wrap this up. But anyways, we've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm hungry. I don't know why.
This boy hungry.
Again. Every time.
Thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all. And we love anime. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
We're not going to do this every time, though.
What?
Anime.
You know, if it's this one was just big, I feel like
this one was fair. I'm just saying, you know,
if
like,
you know it, but if someone recommends one, we'll do it.
He'll do it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Not the show.
I have a lot of things to do.
Not the show, like the movie.
Yeah.
Movies will do. I mean,
movies are fine, I guess. Yeah.
Anyways, see y'all in the next one.